Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So you've probably heard about what happened recently in Colorado. So today is the 23rd, so it was on the 22nd, which is yesterday. So I'm recording this video on Tuesday. So yesterday, Monday on the 22nd, there was a shooting in Colorado, and this 21-year-old was charged with he killed 10 people and was obviously charged with murder and, attempted murder and all that sort of stuff. So that's what I want to discuss today. Not, in some ways, not necessarily, I'm not necessarily focusing on the charges and all that sort of stuff. That's not primarily what I'm going to be focusing on, but is the act. So, right, really what he did. And that's kind of my focus. That's what I want to discuss today, right? So that's what we're going to get into. Now, if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell, and don't forget to share and hit the like button. All right, make sure you drop your comments down below. So I'm looking at I was just reading the story before I started to shoot this video. And I read through and I'm looking at the details coming out. I'm looking at the names of the people that passed away yesterday with this just a mayhem, just a real tragic situation. And when this happened, I started to think, first of all, when I heard it, as you're watching the news, you're like, oh my gosh, I really hope that as many people as possible able to get out of there, right? Because the more people able to get out, obviously, the less people he can hurt. And then as you hear the numbers are going up and how many people were killed, you just can't help to think, like, what would possess someone? Now, he's 21 years old, right? What would possess someone to walk, to first of all, you got up, and I don't know if he went to bed with it on his mind, but you got up and you consciously thought about this because this happened in the afternoon time in Colorado. So throughout the day on Monday, you're thinking about you're going to go and hurt people like this. He's thinking about he's going to go and kill people. And to be that selfish, right? To be that inconsiderate and to be that selfish that whatever it is you have going on with you, that you are going to take that and magnify that in the ugliest way possible, 10 times over in the ugliest way possible, that you are going to kill as many people as you could possibly kill, people who have done nothing to you, people who are going about their everyday lives, people who are going about their business. There were people who were standing in line waiting to get a COVID shot. Just people in a supermarket doing what you go to a supermarket to do, get groceries, do whatever the case is. And you consciously, at, at, at no point he changed his mind, right? You consciously get up, you consciously go throughout the course of your day, right? And you consciously, he loads his gun, he does all this sort of stuff, and you're thinking, he's going and kill people. Like, no, what kind of mind do you have to not just think about something that terrible, but to actually go ahead and execute that strategy that you have in your mind, that evil, that just a real monstrous thought process that you have in your mind, that you're going to then go ahead and kill somebody, kill just innocent people who have absolutely nothing to do with you, right? No, it's probably, regardless of how you look at this, one thing is for certain: he's got to be not right in the head, right? And that's not in any way looking for any kind of cop out for him or whatever the case is, right? Because he deserves whatever is coming his way. But something has got to be wrong in your head and wrong with you, your mental health. Something has got to be wrong with your mental health. Something has got to be wrong with you, your core being of who you are, for you to get up. This happened in the afternoon, so you went all day processing this and still went through with it and still killed people. So something has to be wrong with you for you to say, I'm going to leave home, I'm going to leave with a loaded gun, and I'm going to go to a place, obviously, where people are gathered. So, you reason why you could choose the supermarket is because, that's where it's easy pickings, right? You have a lot of people in a space. Usually you're going to have more people in a situation like that at a grocery store. That's where you'll find a lot of people. So he goes to the supermarket consciously knowing that you're going to kill somebody. Something must be wrong with you. Something must be wrong with his mental health. And if you think about this also, it's men. It's always men who are doing this. It's always men who are committing these kinds of crimes. It's always men who, with whatever they have going on in their life, they're not able to process it. They're not able to talk to anyone. They're not able to, find a different solution than to settle their personal grievances or their mental health issues. They're not able to get to a therapist or to, a psychiatrist, whoever it is, psychologist, whoever they need to talk to be able to help them to get through this process. It's always men. I don't know if you realize this. It's pretty much always men. Maybe there have been a woman or two that maybe just kind of slipped and I haven't heard of it. But for the most part, this is probably about 99.9% men that are actually going and committing this. And so I think the next thing is, well, we've got to ask ourselves, why is it that men are going out and committing these violent crimes, right? What is it that's causing someone to, feel like whatever is going on in my universe, whatever is going on in my world, that it is so bad that I'm going to get a gun and I'm going to go out and I'm going to just take people's lives, as many of them as possible, because I'm pissed with my life, or I'm upset with things that are not going good in my life or in this world or whatever the case is. What would cause somebody to do that? There has to be something loose in your head, right? Some screw that's not right in his head. No, he's probably going to have some defense attorney that's going to argue mental health and all that type of stuff to make sure he escapes the death penalty or whatever. I mean, maybe that's how that's going to play out. But my thing is just looking at it from the perspective of, how could you be so bold? How could you be so callous? How could you be so monstrous in your thoughts and the way you perceive the world, that you are going to take whatever challenges that he's facing in life and take all that pain and that whatever he's dealing with and say he's going to go out and kill some people? And there's got to be that, and actually kill these people. There has got to be something wrong with you mentally for you to be able to do that. Something just, your wiring has just got to not be correct. It's got to be off for someone to actually go out and actually do something like that. And then, as I've said, why is it that it's always men who are finding themselves in these situations or putting themselves in these situations where they're going out and hurting people? Now, a lot of people are going to talk about gun rights and all that type of stuff. And, I don't know how that's going to play out. That's not the purpose of this video, but I'm sure gun rights stuff is going to come up. And obviously, who should have guns? That's something that we should definitely be concerned about. Personally, I don't feel like everybody should have guns. Certainly not if you have some mental health issues, right? If you are not stable mentally, maybe you shouldn't have a gun, that type of stuff. So, all those are issues that are going to come up. But in the meantime, you have 10 families, you have 10 people, probably from 10 different families, I'm not sure, but 10 people in all these families that they come from and friends that are hurting because of what this guy did, because he decided he was going to do that. And as I said, it's always seems to be 99.9% of the times it's men that are committing these types of. So what is it that we as men are not able to deal with our emotions in such a way that we are not having to take whatever pain and conflict within our minds that we're dealing with, that we're taking that and we're extending our pain to someone in some of the most just gruesome ways in terms of killing people, you know, whether it's a hate crime or this. Why do you feel like you deserve to end someone's time on earth because you don't like what's going on with you, because you don't like the stuff that you're having to deal with? Who gave you that privilege? Like, what made you so, how have you become so selfish, so bold, so inconsiderate of other people's existence, of other people's lives, that you are going to turn around and kill people because of whatever you're dealing with? I mean, it's a shame. And that's why I said, if one thing is for certain about this person, is it's definitely some kind of mental health issue, in terms of you just can't be right in the head to take all that and then go out and leave home and consider it, right? You got to consider it all day. He considered that all day Monday, and then went on Monday afternoon and killed someone. I mean, it's just crazy. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Now I'm going to follow up with a subsequent video to specifically talk about the issue of men and violence, as I alluded to in this video. So that's going to be a separate video, so look out for that, because there's something about the way we process things and deal with things. And I have an idea about my own theory about this, and I'm going to put that in another video. So in the meantime, please don't forget to subscribe. Drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Also, don't forget to share and hit the like button. Don't forget to also go back and check out my other videos. There's a lot of content, so I'll appreciate it if you check them out. And please share and like the videos, as I said, because those two things help the channel grow. So I'll really appreciate it if you do that. So until next time, leave your comments down below. Be good. Peace.